Hello, guys. Welcome to the story time of for humanity. Like you already see in the description below, the title of today's storyline is one of my most memorable experience in social experiment. Whenever I go out, I do experience different thing that happens. I do have a lot of experience, but I'm always going to be here on live podcast to share my story, my experience, why being outside, carrying out social experiment to see is the show is what will you do when you find such a person in that condition? What will be your own reaction? And also to affect the life of people in order to have a positive right thinking towards people that are less privileged or people that are in some certain condition, that we don't always have to start thinking only just your pocket alone, your money alone, your job alone, stuff like that. And it's high time the whole world begin to realize that we all are here for the same purpose. And so therefore, if you happen to meet up first, also consider others. Whatever assistance you can give to others to also get to the stage you are, those things are necessary. All right, guys, back to the topic of today is my most memorable experience in doing act of kindness in social experiments. This moment, I really capture this moment and I cherish it deep down in my heart. Reason because of how the whole thing goes. I do have a lot of experience whenever I'm out there shooting shooting these videos out of kindness and a social experiment. There are a lot of experience, a whole bunch of experience, things that we kind of wake your mind as a human, and you kind of have a reflection, thinking what actually is this going on. I've got a lot of experience whenever I am outside shooting videos. This kind of compare me to put myself in the shoe of those people, the less privileged. Before you can say that you understand what people are passing through, you know what they are into, the situation they are in, you must be able to wear the same shoe that those people are wearing. If not, it will be almost impossible to understand the situation of others. So this is the reason why I went into this program, and also I will be coming out on regular basis to share my story, my experience, because it's really a whole lot of experience, and it's a huge experience when you wear someone else's shoe, the shoe that is not meant for you. You want that shoe, you are going to have the same feeling that those people had felt, why wearing that shoe. That is the reason. That is one of the most exciting moments. And my experience in doing social experiment, being outside, is a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And you know what it means when people begin to look at you, not reason because you are not worthy of the kind of person that you should be, just because of how they see you, just because of the kind of look that you have. It felt downgrading, and not just downgrading, it also brings disheartening to people. It brings disheartening. The worriness that I have deep down inside me whenever I am outside, and some people will just pass by, watch, look at me, and a lot of people might just take the different routes. Reason because they see the way I dressed, and a lot of people have judging people just by the cover, not for who they are. You don't know the experience of that person. You don't know what the person have experienced that puts the person in that condition. And just because the person looked at us from the outside, then you already draw your conclusion that this person does not deserve the kind of life that you that is passing by have. And for that reason, you cut the road. Not that maybe you even have to offer the person anything. You decided to, excuse the direction that you were supposed to go and take the other route. And this is why I want to always come out in this episode to tell my story whenever I am out there doing social experiments. Is a huge lot of experience. and man can't really explain whenever you kind of want others shoe to feel to kind of understand how it feels to be in that shoe. What does it really mean to be homeless? What does it really mean to be handicapped? What does it really mean to be in some certain situation? And this particular video, the picture that I put on this on my thumbnail, my experience is one of my most memorable moments that I've experienced in social experiment. Because I stood sometimes where when I'm outside do social experiment, I might stand for at least 30 to 40 minutes, and no single person would really care to offer me a dime to buy food. Not that I'm really in need of what they kind of are going to offer me. It's just the hearts that I really want to see. How people really care for the less privileged outside. I really want to see how let me see the world today we lives in. it, I would say out of 100%, there are just, if I'm not mistaken, uh, three out of 100%, 3% that really care for the less privileged, 3% that really care for others. Sincerely, some might be doing it just for what they need to, form of to get the sorry guys, to kind of get a compliment for others, saying that this person cares a lot, but actually deep down inside the heart they really do not care. What they are really doing is just to show up. It's just a charade, just a mirage that a lot of people are putting on. But if you really care for the people, if you care for the world, if you really want to heal the world, you need to start putting yourself in other people's shoe. Not everyone who experience some misfortune, the effect is really from their own errors. A lot of people that are facing some difficulties in today's world, most of them happen to be, they are, I'll call them a victim of that circumstance. They become victim of it. It's not that maybe every one of them, not everyone in prison are really guilty of what they are accused of. A lot of people, life happened to them. Life can happen to anyone. And for that reason, you have to see it in that angle, through that lens. It could happen to you. Yes, of course, it will happen to you. I do always say to people that just that it haven't happened to you does not mean that it's impossible for it to happen to you. It's just that life, you are privileged and fortunate not to be in that condition. For that reason, look out for those who are in that condition. Have that feeling, that desire towards those who are in that same condition. For that reason, you have to always don't think only about your pocket alone. Think about others who are also in need. Yeah. So in this, like I earlier put in the topic, my most memorable experience in social experiment that I've done is that little boy. That was that was really amazing. It was really amazing because a lot of people have passed me by while standing in that position. People that I know that they are well to do, they have it in their pocket. It's not that maybe they cannot really assist me or give it to me, or maybe I'm really in need of why I'm standing there asking for arms, asking for anything that they can offer me, even if it's food. It's not actually about the food. It's about the heart that that food or that assistance comes from. Because giving is not in the quantity of what is given. It's not in the amount of what you give that makes you a giver. It's the heart that actually give those things. And while I was there on that fateful day, what really happened was I was standing waiting for whoever cares. I've also asked a lot of people who walked by and asking them, please, I am really in need. Help me with anything at all to buy food. I am hungry, because looking at me from the outside appearance, everyone will know that okay, this person is really in need. Let's just, even if it's a penny, let me say €1 food is something you can offer. You can spare €1 out of €5, or you can spare €2 out of €10, just for someone you see that is actually hungry. I stood for a long period of time. I begged people. Most time I just have to go down to my knee, begging, please help me for food. And unfortunately, no one would really care. Everyone would just walk by, just go their way, go their direction. And this that really shocked me is when this lady was coming by, she was walking by, and she was working with her son, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And it's just a little boy. He was working with her son, a little boy. And I begged her, please, I'm hungry. Can you help me with anything I thought to eat? She walked by me, and at some point, she stand. I believe, that heart begin to talk to her that this person that asks you for arms might really be in need of arms. Why not help him out, even if it's just little? And from my look, because my observation, because this is the most exciting part that I want to share in this story. This same lady that offered me €1 to buy food, she really do not have much, because I will tell you her story later. Yes, I'm going to explain her story because I got to know more few things about her. But that is the essence of this story. I got to know few things about her, what she do, and if she is the son of that little boy in that picture. So she stopped and later come by and offer me €1 to buy food. When she was about to leave, I called her attention and said, please, I am really not in need of this €1 that you gave to me. I'm trying to see, to test the heart of people that are walking by, because a lot of people have already walked by me. If I'm not mistaken, out of 50 people who walked by me, or 40, just her alone that stood to offer me something. Out of 50 people, you can imagine that 50 individuals that just walked by, only a single individual offered to assist me, knowing that she has a lot. Because this is the exciting part of the story. I learned from her story later on when I asked her a few questions about her. She explained to me who she is, what she do, the nature of her job. And when she said that, I was really moved. Seriously, I was moved by what she said. So I said, I'm really not in need of the money that you give to me. I just really want to test the heart of men. Out of 100, how many really care? So she said, wow, that is really amazing. That she's, as in, is the little boy that was working with her, because she gave the money to the little boy to come and give to me. And you can see the full video, because I mean the video of that social study experiment is in the YouTube channel. I put the main video inside the I post the main video of that social experiment. You can watch it down below and see what really happened, because a lot of people have actually walked by me. No one cared to offer me anything. So while I was questioning, having some chit chat with her, she said that I asked her, "Is this young boy your son?" She said, "No, it's not her son. She worked as a nanny. She worked as a nanny." You can really imagine. You see, my mind was really broken, as in I was broken down to see who she really is, and therefore offer me something to buy food. She was a nanny. She was even somebody that is buoyant, financially buoyant. This lady was a nanny. She was taking care of that little boy. She was taking care of that little boy because she was a nanny to that little boy, and it was school time. She's supposed to go. She went to pick that little boy from the school. So when she was returning back from the school, that was when I saw her from that social experiment. She was returning back from school, then I saw her. Then, therefore, she explained to me that she worked as a nanny. But when she saw me, she was moved from her mind. And deep down within her, she felt like this person might really be in need of food. So actually, what is there? It's just food. It's actually just food. There's actually nothing much in offering someone food to eat. It's just food. I don't know if you understand the point. It's just actually food. And she said it's just food. So if she has little, why can't her spare from the €10 she had? Why won't her spare €1 from it and offer it to me to buy food? I said, wow, you are really a great person. You are a great person, because it's really rare to see people of such heart. Because in these days, Everyone are just taking my work, my money, my pocket, my future, my children, my family. But life is really not based in this category that everything just have to be yours. When someone uses the tune mine, is a sign of selfishness and a sign of self-center. That is actually what I have seen. And the essence of this a YouTube program, like you already see the title, is for humanity. It's actually for humanity because it's high time every one of us begin to have this rethink, sit ourselves down and question ourselves. Actually, why are we here? I do always ask people this question: why do you really think that we are living? Why are we actually on this earth planet? If life is actually for food alone, life is for money, work, or everything just have to be about you, no one will have come to this earth and died. It's impossible. If life that we live is all about you alone, every one of us will remain on this earth. Every one of us will continue living on this earth. No one will get old. No one will die. So we really need to, come to this seat, this table, this one table, and have this discussion. What is life actually? Why are we here? Why are we living? What is the essence of life? And if we understand the essence of life, then we'll begin to treat each other equally, in the right form, in the right pattern. We begin to engage life sincerely from the angle of a proper understanding, from the lens of actual wisdom and knowledge. So this is actually what we need to sit ourselves down and begin to analyze, because it's needful and it's really important that every human being have to come to this point and begin to have the shape and a glimpse from afar to understand what is the perspective of life. Why are we living? So when I began to have this conversation with her, she was moved and said, well, in today's world, the truth is there are really few who got to understand the essence of life. There are few who got to understand. Because for me, I do say it's foolish for any human being to think that life is all about him alone. It's really foolish, because the day you came to this world, you brought nothing, and the day you are living, you are also living with nothing. So therefore, if you have much in you, why won't you offer someone else who is breathing and someone else who also have little, or someone who cannot afford the one that will make him feel comfortable? Why won't you? It's simple. I do always say life is very simple. All right, life is simple. So when I was having this story, because there is a whole bunch of story that I have had with her, guys, and please, I really need the support of the general public, because this is a move to create an awareness and an action, not just by words alone, to affect the environment, to affect the world, for every one of us to begin to have that right thinking, that right mindset in the right direction, to begin to affect our environment in wherever we are, so that the world we are living in might really come to a full proper knowledge for the right approach, the right action, the right zeal, the right behaviors that we need to employ in this world, that every one of us will begin to feel that comfort and that safety that we really need. So this is the essence of this channel. It's a move. Please, guys, I really need the support of each and every one of you to like, to share the live podcast, and subscribe to the channel, watch the video, because I need a support too. I cannot do it alone. I need the help of the general public through everything that you can offer. If it's your like, your share button, your subscription, all contribute to the same move that we are involved in. And what is that move? The move for humanity, the feeling for humanity, because we all are one. We all have the same agenda. The agenda for humanity is for us to begin to see ourselves as ourselves. This is the agenda for humanity. And a lot of people, because there's this story, there's a huge lot of story that I'm going to be coming out with, because I interact with the world, I interact with people. I am a kind of person that I believe, through the grace of God, I love to learn, to observe environment, study the environment, and pick out the most rightful key from my observation. And through that means I will engage on my calculations to bring out actually what is needful for that reason. So in my interaction with the world, there are things that I gather that will become the storyline because these are relatively the same thing that every one of us are experiencing. No matter no matter the diversity, no matter the stage, no matter the location, no matter every one of us, we are relatively experiencing the same thing. So what is that thing? The feeling for humanity have really grown down. It have really gone down beyond explanation. The thought for humanity, the thoughts to make change, the thoughts to make things right has really gone down. And this is the reason why you see the stage the world is today is really, really so poor. Why? Everyone has become so self-centered, so self-quoting, so uh, individualistic has become the order of the world, and we shouldn't be the order of the world. Individualistic shouldn't be the order of life at all, the essence of living at all. And for this reason, this is the move for this channel, so that we will always be in action. The least I can do, I have to start from there, because I make a live video yesterday of how I got scammed by someone that I thought is really in need of arms. Why I was in social experiment, why I was doing my social experiment, I got scammed by someone. This is true, yeah. You know, you are going to meet both the bad and the ugly, but that shouldn't stop you from advancing beyond what you intend to do. How do I got scammed? On this fateful day, because I'm always moved whenever I saw someone that is in need. Because this have always been my joy right from time to affect the environment. Whatever I can do to bring change in a certain occasion is always my joy. You know, by the grace of God, I always feel like life is not for me, it's for others. So whatever I can do to assist, I'm going to do it. So on this fateful day, I saw a man that was standing close to the supermarket, and the person really, the way the outward appearance, I felt this person need arms, he needs support, he needs help. And for this reason, I was moved deep inside. Then I went close to him to ask him if he is in need of something, if he wants to buy something. He said yes, he's really in need of anything that I can offer. That he's hungry, he need to buy food. I said, okay, I will offer you whatever I can offer you. And but at that moment, there is really no much cash with me. I have to go back to the store and pick something. I say he should wait for me. Let me go and return back. So when I return back, I met him over there. We go inside the supermarket because the video is down there. The video of this storyline is the live video I made yesterday, because I'm going to be coming out often time to share the storyline of our social experiment, the storyline of our act of kindness, what happened out there, because most of the video that I post do not have a voice record, nothing to back it up with the explanation of the experience of doing social experiments. So this is the essence of this live podcast. It will always be a consistent program that we'll be doing on regular basis. So when I saw him, I felt that he is actually in need of help. And I took him to the supermarket to buy some foodstuffs, and he bought everything that he needed. I said, well, don't think about the payment. By the grace of God, I believe whatever you need, we'll be able to afford it, and then get what you need that can serve you for that day, the next day, and the next upper day onward. It's okay. Then we went to the supermarket. He bought some few stuff. Then by God's grace, I paid for it. Then when we came outside, he said if he can ask me something, because I also got to ask some certain questions about him. Most of the people that God always use me to check out in social experiment, I don't want to question them, to get a story from them, so that this is the essence. When I get their story, I'll be able to come out here and share the story of what I got out there. People experience what they are passing through, and the essence of what happens to them, why they find themselves in that condition. Then I'll come out to share the storyline. So when I asked him, uh, where is he from, he said he's from Romania, and also he's been there. He's been in Italy for quite a long period of time now, and he came from the other city, the capital of Italy, like Roma. He came from Roma to my state to ask for arms. I said, wow, you travel from other state to my own state to ask for arms, because the other state, there are people there. Why not ask arms over there? Then you come over to my city. And also, I noticed from his speech, he was so fluent in speaking Italian language. He was so fluent in speaking the language. Then I asked him, how come that you were able to speak this language so fluently? There is no, maybe there is no green cheese, there is no breakup, and you are so fluent in it. He said he's been known over here. He's been staying in this country for quite a long period of time. I said, okay, well, that is fine. Then how about your family? He said he doesn't have any families over here, and he's alone. Life happened. That is the reason why he have been in that condition. But I said, why? What actually happened that kept you in the street? That makes you to be in the street, that you and now begging for alms so that you can be able to buy food, and you don't have a place to lay your head. So he said that he have a medical condition. That was one of the reasons why he cannot work, because he have a medical condition that his stomach is actually, I believe, a stomach issue. Her digesting system is actually not okay, and for that reason he cannot work. That is the reason why he end up in the street begging for alms, and for that reason he is unable to pay, let's call it, some utility bills, rentage and many other stuff. So for that, he needed to survive, he needed to live, and he cannot live if he does not have any cash that to sustain that life. That is why he end up in the street begging for food or for alms, for anything at all. I said, well, your story is really touching. Remember, when I start this story, and I mean this particular story, I used the word how I got scammed, because I actually got scammed. Yeah, I actually got scammed. And on the line, I realized that I got scammed. I will explain how I later find out that it was a scam. What happened to me was a scam. So I I know the line. He explained everything about him, and why he cannot work, why that is the reason why he end up in the street, what happened to him, stuff like that. I said, okay, now that you got your food store that might take you for at least 3 days, I should start heading back to the store. He said, please, if he can ask for something. I said, well, what do you want to ask for again? He said he would like to ask for uh, anything to buy tickets, because he needed to return back to his city. I said, well, I don't have cash with me here. Like I said to you, uh, I only bring the one that I know that it will be enough for you to buy the full store that you need. But cash, I do not have cash to buy ticket for you to go back to your city. I only have card here. It's okay, there's no problem. I can use the card to buy the ticket. I said, fine. So we went to the train station. So when we got there, we buy we buy the ticket. Then as we were just buying the ticket, there was two officers that came in, because the link of this story is still down below. Though there is no voice record on it, you can find this particular storyline that I'm giving to you in this live video on the main video, because that is where you will find when I go into the supermarket with this same person that scammed me. I went to the supermarket with him to buy some food stuff that he needed. So when you buy the food store, later on we went to the train station. This storyline is in the YouTube page. You can find the video line in the YouTube. So when we got there, we go to train station, we buy some food stuff that he need. I mean, we buy the tickets, right? Sorry, we buy the ticket, and after then, some security men came in and began to ask what is the issue. So I noticed a kind of reaction from him. He was so agitative, like, you know, so ferocious in response, asking them, whoa, 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 what is it? What is it? I said, no, be calm. They are in their duty. They need to find out what is going on here. So don't be so harsh on them. They are doing their work. They are security men. These people are security men. So attend to them in the right form. So the policemen, I mean security people asked me if there's any issue. I said no, there is no issue. I'm just offering the little arms that I can offer. So they returned back, and I wish him goodbye. He left. But what brought me to this storyline, because this is the second storyline, how I got scammed, is that this same person that scammed me, that pretend or explain the story of how he ended up in the street, was there's a lot of false narratives that he gave to me that wasn't really true about him. I find out later on this person actually live in my city. This because a week or so, I mean 2 weeks later, I saw this same person in no less than 3 occasions. In no less than 3 occasions, I saw the same person that said that he came from the capital city to my city. to ask for alms. This same person was right here in my city, still asking for alms, but now his look has changed. His look has changed. He have transformed a little bit. It kind of, I was wondering, because it's only his eyes when I was having interaction with him for that long time. I mean, for that first time, that was how I was able to recognize his face, his look, and every other thing about him, and his voice also. So when I saw him again, I was kind of curious. Is it not the same person that I saw the other time that said to me that he came from the other city to ask for alms? So what is he doing here? Because if he actually comes from the other city to ask for in this city, and he says he's returning back, in which we will have to buy ticket from the train station. And why is he still here again? So I couldn't ask him any question because I just overlooked, thinking maybe something just came up. That was what brought him to my city again. So after then, 2 days later, I saw the same person again. And after then, I saw the same person again that scammed me, that give me a story, a first story about why he end up in the street. Why am I giving the storyline? Is the lesson I've also got to learn, because I noticed that when I give this storyline yesterday, there are things I also need to say in this particular live podcast to give my audience some kind of things that we must know, because we are building a community. When we are trying to infect or affect the world, there are things that we must begin to place in our mind and awareness to actually relatively get connected to the right source and the right information in doing what you are doing, so that you won't be, putting your all your eggs in the wrong baskets. Because when you intend to do the right thing, you are going to face opposition. Yeah. While doing social experiments or in act of kindness, there are going to be a lot of opposition, a lot of ups and downs that will come to you. But why is that? Because life is always based in in this forum. Things are always going to happen in a way whereby it will not actually look straight as you propose it to be or as you imagine it to be. Yeah, certainly it must look that way. So when I experience this, I know that okay, this is actually the main reason why whenever you engage in something, know that you are going to face some hindrances at some point. A lot of things are going to come up, but you must set your eyes and your mind high to where you want to get to, because that is the most important part of it. Whatever comes in between is just a lesson to take in, a lesson to absorb. You understand? So, guys, this is for humanity, home TV, and our essence, the essence of this channel, is to create a better world, is to bring the world in the right shape through social experiment. What will you do when you find some people who are incapacitated? What will be your reaction when you find someone that looks like this, someone that is actually homeless, that is in need, someone who cannot meet up with life, someone whose life is treacherously against? What will you do? What will be your response? What will be your reaction? How will you act towards that person? This is the essence of this channel. And if this is your first time of stopping by my channel, please guys, like, give your support, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and comment, share this, like share the videos to our video, watch all our social experiment videos and our art of kindness videos, and also share to others. This is the way you also support us to be able to do more, to give back to the environment. Please guys, it's the only way you help us to give back to the environment, because only one person alone cannot affect the world. Only one person cannot affect the world. We all need a collective body to change the world, to be in in the right state that is meant to be. So the essence of this channel is to build a better world, is to heal the world from the severe wound that have happened to the world. I have a conversation with someone, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. Yeah, I was having this a little chit chat with a brother and a father, and there was something I named from that discussion. Yeah, the thing I named from that discussion was they begin to analyze the wrongs and the dons in the society, things that is happening in our environment today. As they analyze what is going on in the world today and how people are really more individualistic, people don't feel concerned about the less privilege or really want to understand the essence of things and how those things have breaks their mind. But the question I ask them is, what is your actions towards these things? What are your contributions to see the world return to its main original state that is meant to be? He said, a lot of them said, well, I decided to withdraw myself, just be alone, just be separate from everything and just believe in my own life. No, you cannot heal the world, affect the world by trying to draw life out of others or trying to draw a cycle around your own life alone. Yeah. So we all have a book to pen our name in terms of our do's and our don'ts. So when I question then, what are you doing to affect the world, to change the world? Because there are a lot of wrongs that is ongoing in today's world. People don't care much about others anymore. Everybody just are consistent with what they want. This is the reason why the selfishness of today's world has really eaten deeper into the system of the world that have made the world almost entirely collapsed. But we must not fold our hands to begin to allow the world to go the way it is. And for this reason, there is what we can do. How can we affect the world? What must we do to bring sanity back to the world? This is the essence of for humanity. It's for humanity. For humanity. So testing the individuals to find out what sits deep down inside them. Because in what I experienced in that storyline, the first storyline that I have already, I've shared from the beginning of this video, is that fathers, mothers have a lot to do. Because seeing that little boy who came to me to offer me that help in that social experiment, seeing that little boy who came to me, who walked down to me to offer me something to buy food, really taught me something. Because whenever I go out to do social experiments, I learn a lot of stuff. I learn so many things. Shown those people who refuse or who insist to assist me, and shown those who also give to me. I kind of also want to have a chit chat with some of them to find out, why do you assist me? Why do you give me what you gave to me? Yeah. Because whenever I go out to social experiment, I will always want to have some interaction with the kind-hearted people who came to me to offer me help. I will always want to have interaction with them to see what moved them to want to help me. Because it's not just them alone who passed by, who walked by me. There are several people who have walked by who never really felt the needful to give me anything to buy food. Or even most time, I don't have to sit close to supermarket, a place where they sell food, they sell something that you can buy with even the list of the change. I do sit there to do this social experiment to see who will actually be kind enough to say, okay, I've bought these things, and though I don't have much change with me anymore, I can give you just this list tiny couple. Or what I have bought, let me give you half of it so that you can eat. Because looking at me in this shape make you feel like this person is really in need of something to eat. He's not asking for much. At least whatever you can offer him to buy, to eat, is enough. You have done much. So not maybe I'm asking for much from anyone whenever I am out there doing social experiment. I'm only trying to find out how many can share from what they have. You see, the equation now is how many can really share from that little that they have, because the heart of a man can be seen outside. Yeah, of a truth. You can really know who people are by their actions, by their behavior, by their characters, by what they do, what they say, how they react. This is how you define human. because God said, "By their fruit you know them." And for this, when I am sitting close to supermarket where people come in, people troop in and out to buy food. A lot of people come with cars, big cars. Because in this show experiment, I'm going to take it to the next level by the grace of God. Begin to see those. I know there's this saying that those people that has it a lot, people that has a lot of money, most of them does not actually care about those that have little. Yeah, is a common saying that most big men, most people that has a lot of money, they don't care much about those who does not have at all. A lot of them does not care. But I'm going to begin to see this social experiment go to that stage of asking these people who came to the big supermarket to shop for, at least a lot of these people might buy something that worth, if I'm not mistaken, 100 euro, sometimes 200 euro. So let's say from what you bought for 200 euro or for 100 euro. Then here is someone who is asking for, at least, if I'm not mistaken, asking for from the list of what you bought something of 200 euro, something of 100 euro, and you cannot offer 1 cent or 1 euro product that you bought that is something eatable for someone who is begging you for alms. That means your heart, the heart of such a person, has really deteriorated. The heart of someone, that kind of a person, who can afford to buy something that worth 200 euro, food stuff that worth 200 euro, and yet he cannot offer tiny of it to someone that is less privileged or standing outside who does not have food to eat. All right? It's really disheartening to see the situation of the world going that direction. Yeah. So when I sit at the supermarket most of the time, I do see people that will come with cars, big cars, do their shopping, and still drove up. And surprising part in my social experiment is some might just have to make jest of you. I think that is the nature of the world, right? Yeah, it's the nature of the world. Some will just make jest of you. Someone just laughed. Some might just call others and say, "Look at, you see how the person standing over there looks." You know, this kind of make you really want to feel people that are really in that condition. How are they? All right, you understand? People that are in this condition, that are passing through this kind of critical moment in life. How are they? Because you must come to that point whereby you sit in the same seat that others sit, for you to understand what they feel while sitting there. Do you know what it means to wear the shoe that is not meant for you? The shoe that you have never stepped in at all in your entire life. The shoe that you are not in, then you decided to step in that shoe just to have a fee, because it's a lesson we are trying to drive out from here. It's a lesson we are trying to drive out, and a story we are trying to create to see the completeness of someone's experience and people activities, what people face in life. And for us to be able to get this full story and be able to tell it all in the right proportion, we must be able to go in there, be like the people that are in this condition, people that are really in need, people that are really not having it easier with life. You must wear their shoe to be able to come out as understand the condition, the storyline, the system behind this, how those people feel, what it's like to be in that condition. I bet you most people that has money, that has it a lot, I bet that is why I know that most of them really do not want, most of them fight a lot not to be in that condition, because it does not really feel good to be homeless. It does not really feel good not to have food to eat. It does not really feel good to be begging, to be asking for alms from people. It doesn't really feel good at all. So now, for the world to understand the state of the world, because there are a lot of individuals, whenever I'm in this social experiment, I got to understand that people might think that someone to be begging or asking for alms. Almost all of them have contributed to the state that they are. No, that is actually not true. That is not true. That is not true. Because when I begin to have this chit chat with anyone who stopped by to assist me, to ask the person, why do you help me? What was your reading? What moves you? What their response always say is, I felt that you needed the help. Deep inside me, I know that you are really in need. And my heart was moved to assist you, to give you anything so that you can buy food or so that you can be able to sustain yourself. This is why I offer you something. Not that I have it in bond or I have it in abundance. I'll say, well, I really appreciate, because why? We are trying to create a world that is really, really good for the world to live in. A world that is safe, a world that is, compatriot, a world that is designed in a safer state for everyone to strive and for everyone to have their rethink in the right proportion. This is the essence of this channel, guys. The essence of this channel is to create awareness for humanity, to create feelings for humanity, to create the right characters for humanity. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone who have stopped by to watch this live podcast. Like I said, it's always going to be a consistent program, consistent podcast. Whenever we go out to have a social experiment, to experience the world, we'll always come back to share our story, what happened out there in that particular video. Because today I've also gone out to do some social experiment videos, social experiment content. And that storyline of what happened today, I will also come on to share it in the next podcast. Guys, always hang around to hear the story of what happened out there and how it feels for you to be who you are not, trying to understand the story of the people who are out there in the street. You must put yourself in their shoe to understand what they feel. Because the essence of this channel is for this purpose, to understand homeless people, how they feel, and how life have been to them. And for that reason, we have to come to their shoe and experience it and see how it looks like. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. The like, it's a new channel. Please support, like I always say, support through your like and subscription. It will mean a lot. Like, share, recommend this channel so that YouTube can, share, like, and turn on the notification so that YouTube can recommend this channel for others to also watch, so that we can be able to make series of video that will affect the world and put the world on the right place. All right, thank you guys for today's stopping by and for watching out to the podcast, and see you on the next episode of Art of Kindness Social Experiment Storyline. Today is episode 1. Tomorrow, the next podcast will be episode 2. There is a lot that we are going to talk about in our storyline. There are a lot of experiences that have happened out there whenever I go out to do social experiments. There are a lot of things I've experienced. Individually, things I've experienced is a whole lot. And I will always feed my audience, my subscribers, the storyline of what happens and how we can join hands together to affect the world positively. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next episode. All right, guys, stay blessed. See you the next time.